If you run an HVAC or construction business, this is how you can add an extra 10 to 50K per month through organic Google search, aka SEO. This is the system that we use. I'm going to take you through the entire blueprint from start to finish. It's going to be a beginner's tutorial for SEO, but specifically for HVAC in the home service space in general. The reason that this works so well for HVAC and construction is because your ticket size is going to be a bit higher, upwards of 50 to 100K, sometimes even higher for construction. But at least for HVAC installations, you're looking at like 10, 15, 20, sometimes even 40K for an install job. So let's get right into it. Now, starting off, this is for you if you have feast or famine months, you've got no leads or unpredictable lead flow, and you've got no idea how to get leads or generate them, and you feel stuck. This is the classic story that happens with so many HVAC and construction businesses. But in this video, I'm going to help you generate an extra 1 to 2 new customers per month through organic Google search, create predictable lead flow, and implement a marketing system instead of going by your gut feel, which is what so many companies do. You just go by your gut reaction, your gut feeling on SEO, or you just wait for word of mouth and referrals to come in, and it just does not work. And this video is going to help you fix that. So real quick, before I get into anything, I want to show you social proof that this has actually worked for people before, and I'm not just spewing out information. These are all videos on my YouTube channel. This is Andy. He runs a landscape construction business. He went from 0 to 200, over 200K in just a matter of 3 months through Google search. This is Hammond Renovations. This is Joe. He made an extra 300K in just 6 months of working with us through organic Google search, as well as some paid ads. This is Connor. He went from sending out 47K to over 300K worth of quotes for his HVAC business in just 3 months. This is EcoPro. We don't have a video on him yet, but I just included some screenshots here so you see it's real. We added an extra 360K to his HVAC business in just 6 months. And this is a screenshot from his Google Search Console. We generated him over 1 million impressions through Google. This is Stan. He generated an extra 130K in 12 months through just organic Google search. So about an extra 10K per month there. And this is Tristan, a tree service business. He generated an extra 60K in 4 months in the slowest season of the year for his tree service business. So those are just a couple of them. There's more on the channel, but definitely check those out. Either way, I want to show you that this is possible. This is entirely possible. Our clients are doing it. We're doing it. So I know you can do it too. But specifically, this is for HVAC. This is for construction and people in the home service space. And this is the whole blueprint from start to finish. It's what we implement with our clients. And I want to give you the sauce as well. Before I do, if you want to book a call with us or get a free SEO website audit, I'll do like a Loom video kind of like this, going through your whole website, show you some suggestions. Click the link below and submit your website. But let's get right into the system. And what I usually like to start off with doing first is working backwards from the goal to what's actually required to build the system out for your own business and what's going to be required on your end. And it's the same for everybody. But at the end of the day, I want to show you the numbers and how it works to give you context on why the system works the way that it does. So let's just say the goal is 50K per month, adding an extra 50K per month through organic Google search. Assuming that each customer is worth 25K to your business, whether that's renovations, like maybe a small renovation or an HVAC installation, that would require an extra 2 customers per month. And let's just assume that you have a 20% close rate, which is pretty low. Most people can do better than that. But again, we're being ultra conservative with these numbers. Okay, now let's say that if you have a 20% close rate, that means you need to get at least 8 quotes sent out on a monthly basis. So assuming that 50% of your leads that you get are actually qualified, 80% of those people might get quotes. So you're going to need about 20 leads per month to get an additional 2 new customers per month. That would be like ultra conservative if you just like suck at sales and suck at the whole process. If you get 20 leads per month, some people may be able to generate 10 customers a month. But again, we want to have a system where it would be unreasonable for you to fail with these numbers. Now, 20 leads per month. Let's say that you get 1,000 website visitors. That means you need a 2% conversion rate on your website, which again is pretty low, but we're using small numbers here. So you're going to need about 1,000 extra website visitors per month through organic Google search. And let's say you have a 1% click-through rate on the website, which is generally pretty average on a website. Now, you would need to get at least 100,000 extra impressions per month on Google search to get an extra 1,000 website visitors with a 1% click-through rate on your website. 100,000 seems like a ton of impressions. That seems impossible to most people. I can tell you straight up, 100,000 impressions on your website per month through organic Google search is not impossible. It is extremely possible, in fact, because we do it with almost every single customer. Now, assuming that a keyword phrase, and I'll dive into what I mean by this in a sec, gets around 5,000 searches per month, that means you need to be ranking on the first page of Google for at least 20 keywords to get these kind of results. And if you're ranking on the first page of Google for 20 keywords in your niche, in your area, that means you need at least 20 landing pages that are conversion focused, meaning the focus and goal of those landing pages is to convert leads. You need at least 20 landing pages to get to those 20 keyword first page. How do we do that? This is the entire system right here in a nutshell. Again, going backwards just to recap this step. If you want 50K a month extra, you need at least 2 customers worth 25K. That means around 8 quotes, 20 leads, 1,000 website visitors, 100,000 website impressions every single month, ranking at the top of Google for 20 keywords, and that means you need 20 landing pages. At the end of the day, breaking it down like that makes it really simple for you, and honestly for me as well to understand, because I'm someone who's simple. I need basic explanations for everything. I'm not like crazy high IQ guy. I just like need the basic grade 5 level explanation, and this works extremely well for me to understand it, so I'm sure it's going to work for you guys as well. Now, these 20 landing pages, what do they need to look like? How do we even get them to the top of Google? That's the questions. And if we can do that, again, if you can get 20 landing pages to the top of Google for 20 different keywords, you will easily get to over 100,000 impressions every single month. Again, closer to this goal. Now, there's a couple different things that we have to take into account and you have to do for SEO to get these landing pages ranking higher. The first thing is your on-page and technical SEO. So you want to include, when you're creating landing pages, is include your keyword 20 plus times on each page. I'm going to show you really quickly how to do your keyword research and find keywords to rank for. So you want to include your keywords at least 20 times on each of your landing pages. I'm going to link the video right here. It's my 10-step checklist on SEO. You'll find it in the top right corner or somewhere in this video. It goes through each of the technical and on-page SEO steps and settings that you need to fill out in order for that page to have a better chance at ranking higher on Google. Because sometimes people miss settings on their website pages that actually hinder them from ranking on Google. It's not just like you set up one page on your website and then it's automatically going to rank on Google. No, you need to do some work first, and that's what this video is for. But how do you find these 20 keywords to rank for? And that's what I'm going to show you right here. So I'm going to go to semrush.com. Now, this is a free tool. You can get a free trial of this and do some research on it, and that's what I highly recommend. This is not I'm not affiliated by SEMrush. I don't have like a partnership with them. This is just a great tool all around, and I use it every single day. My whole team uses it as well. So what you want to do on SEMrush is just create a free trial account. Go to the keyword magic tool on the left-hand side here, and then you're going to open up a Google sheet where you can write these and keep track of these keywords. So pick your country. I'm going to go Canada because that's where I'm located. And what you're going to do is search up a keyword in your niche. So for example, HVAC, let's say HVAC services. All right. Now, when I search this up, I can see a few things. One, the keywords on the left-hand side here, just different variations of them. The search volume, this is how many searches it's getting per month. And the keyword difficulty. So depending where your website stands, if you're a new website, you're probably not going to be able to compete at the top of Google for a difficult keyword like this. However, if you have a website that's been around for a couple of years, you got a decent domain authority on it, in that 10 to 20, 30 domain authority range, then you're going to have an easier time ranking on higher difficulty keywords. Maybe not super difficult ones, but at the end of the day, you'll have a better chance at that. So you can get a sense of what these keywords are. And what I like to do sometimes is filter this out by keyword difficulty so I can see the easiest ones to rank for first. And a lot of these are not going to be exactly what you need. HVAC services, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. HVAC technician service, HVAC duct cleaning service, HVAC maintenance service, HVAC service solutions. Now again, these are general and broad keywords. What I want to do is kind of filter these out. I'm going to go heat pump installer. All right, let's see here. What do we got? Heat pump installation, Mississauga. This gets 50 searches every single month. However, coming back to the playbook, now let me present this again. Coming back here, there is a term here that I'm using called keyword phrase. And a keyword phrase, heat pump installers Mississauga, that might only get 50 searches every single month. However, there's other variations of that keyword. Heat pump Mississauga, heat pump installation Mississauga, heat pump installers in Mississauga, Mississauga heat pump installers. You get the idea. There's a million different ways to, okay, maybe not a million, but a lot of different ways to phrase the exact same search. So what you'll find is the keyword searches that you want your website to rank higher on. And if you're in HVAC, I would recommend categorizing it into different systems. So most people don't even know what HVAC is or what HVAC stands for. They're going to search up the system that they need installed. So let me give you an example of this. Furnace installers, heat pump installers, air conditioning installers, etc. Right? So categorize it into the different systems. And what you'll find is that when you add up all of these different searches and all the variations of each search, right, instead of now just having tunnel vision on one specific keyword getting 50 searches per month, you're going to rank for a bunch of different keywords that are kind of the same phrase, because not everybody is going to search up the exact same thing for heat pump installers Mississauga. It's going to be slightly different. So each keyword or keyword phrase is kind of what I call it, is going to get at least 5,000 searches every single month in your area, depending on the density, the population density, the demand at a specific given time. But this is also why I say get at least 20 keywords that you can focus on, put them in a Google Sheet, and then make them different keywords. So don't make it like bathroom renovations and then bathroom renovations near me, because those are kind of the same keyword phrase. Just make bathroom renovations the main keyword that you want to rank for, and then down the line here. So 20 different keywords or 20 different services, we'll say. Okay, now we need to get 20 landing pages. You want to use the technical and on-page checklist video that I talk about, where I talk about Google Search Console, how to upload your sitemap, how to upload your property to Google Search Console, which just lets your website get indexed and rank on Google. It talks about the keyword density within your website page, your heading hierarchy, alt text, etc. All of that stuff. You just want to follow this video. I'm not going to bore you with the details. The next step here is blogs and backlinks. Now, this seems really trivial. It also seems kind of old school. Who writes blogs anymore? Who even reads blogs anymore at that? But blogs and backlinks are such a crucial part of SEO, because what this does is it builds authority on your website, and Google loves to see that. What you want to do is create 1 to 2 blogs per week using ChatGPT. You can do it super quickly. Answering frequently asked questions you get from your customers. So you can do the whole SEMrush thing, buy a premium plan on SEMrush and research keywords the exact same way you did for the landing pages, do it for the blogs. That works really well. That's what we do. But the easiest way to do this is just answer frequently asked questions that your customers give you. How much does a new heat pump cost? What rebates are available in your area for HVAC systems? How much does XYZ cost? Is like the most frequently asked question. And most people are not answering that question on their website. And so you doing that is going to have a higher likelihood of you ranking on Google. But where the real magic happens on blog posts is creating links in your blogs to your landing pages. This is called internal linking. Linking a page on your website, like one of these landing pages that you've made in a blog post, even multiple times in multiple different blog posts, is going to make that page rank higher or have a higher likelihood of ranking higher and be indexed by Google a lot faster. That's the first thing. The second thing is backlinks. And so as a contractor, whether you're in renovation, construction, or HVAC, you have a network of people that you have suppliers, you have access to other websites or the owners of other websites that you can do a backlink swap with. And a backlink is simply another website linking to yours, and then a bonus is you linking back to that website that links to yours in the same page. And so what you want to do is on someone else's website, on their blog post, put a link, a text link that includes one of your landing pages, and have that link back to your website, your landing page. And what that does is it kind of acts like a shout out from Google's perspective. They see that, wow, this one landing page has 5 different links on 5 different websites. That must mean that it has some level of importance and authority, and it's probably a good source of information. So I'm going to rank this website higher. That's kind of how Google's algorithm acts or thinks when it sees backlinks as well as internal links on a landing page. And so this is kind of more the technical, boring stuff when it comes to SEO. It's not sexy whatsoever. Again, like when you come back to this goal of like, okay, an extra 50K a month, super flashy, super shiny, this is awesome, I'm going to make so much money. But then you come down here and it's like, oh, I have to get backlinks. I have to ask people to link back to my website, and I have to create blog posts 1 to 2 times per week. That is not fun. It's probably not going to be fun, but it's extremely rewarding when you start getting leads coming through your website, and even when you start seeing pages rank on the first page of Google. For example, one of our clients, if I search up how much does it cost to paint a house, they're at like the top of Google for this one keyword. Yeah, right here you can see. That's our client right there. And just like writing a blog post, seeing that go I guess viral might not be the exact word that I would use, but like seeing it on the first page of Google is extremely rewarding, and it shows that, hey, what I'm doing is actually working. Okay, so on from the blogs and backlinks. The one important part of SEO that most people miss is conversion rate optimization, or optimizing your website for conversions. Most people, when they go about doing SEO, they write paragraphs upon paragraphs on a website page, but let's be honest, nobody cares. Nobody is going to read an essay on a website page. They didn't come to your website to read an essay. They came to get in touch with you for a problem that they have, right? They're looking for someone to do this service for them. And so that's where conversion rate optimization comes in. It's not just about keyword density. It's not just about backlinks, blogs, internal links, etc., because those are great and crucial and necessary. However, it's not going to do you any good if your website isn't optimized for conversions and it's not easy to reach out for you. There's the one part of getting more eyeballs to the website, which is this part right here, 100,000 impressions, 1,000 website visitors, but this conversion rate, the conversion rate on the website, if you can get this higher, that means you'll turn more of this 1,000 website visitors into leads. Let's say if you have a 3% conversion on your website and you're getting 1,000 website visitors, that's going to get you 30 leads instead. If you have a 5% conversion rate, that's going to get you 50 leads. And so framing it like that shows you really the increase in revenue that you can get. And so there's a couple different things that you want to do here and keep in mind. So make it easy to reach out. So you want to have calls to action on your landing pages. Let me just move this more in the center here. This is just 2 examples from websites that we've done recently. Fencing company and then like a foundation repair company. Having calls to action, so like the buttons, get a free quote today or get in touch with us. And then having a form on the hero section of your website, so like the homepage or your services pages, having a form there with a couple fields that they can fill out and get a free quote like the second they land on the page has proved extremely useful and increasing conversions on a page, because it's just easier for someone, instead of having to click the button, go to the contact page, and then fill out the quote or the form to get a free quote. They can do it now in seconds once they land on the page. The next thing here is your social proof. So this is a couple HVAC websites just to show you an example. But one, this is like stats that you can include on your website. You can include logos here of your partners or people that you work with, right? 42K home service, 100% right or 100% free, or like a guarantee or an offer also works extremely well to increase your conversions. Your Google reviews, some of your projects, again, like these are just clients maybe that you worked with, have that on the website as well. Anything that you can include to show people you've done this for others in the past, they have trusted you, and therefore this cold user on the website can trust you as well. The last thing here is the video sales letter on a website. There's another HVAC client who we actually filmed these videos and scripted them out, but either way, having video on your website is a great way to increase your conversions. Studies say it actually increases conversions by upwards of 80%. We've seen it double or triple conversions in some cases, but what it does is people can assign a face to the name or the brand, so they have a higher likelihood of trusting you. And when you can increase someone's trust on your website, you have a much higher likelihood at closing them as a customer, but also closing them as a lead in general. So, doing a quick recap on our SEO system here, you want to create at least 20 pages for the 20 keywords that you've researched using SEMrush. And then once you've created those 20 landing pages, keeping these conversion rate optimizations in mind, having your calls to action frequently throughout the page. You want to have a ton of text, split those up with sections, with images, something that's interactive. Have a form at the top of the page so someone can easily get in touch with you. Have your social proof, stats, logos of companies that you worked with, and if you can, get a video sales letter in there. Moving on to blogs and backlinks. Have at least 1 to 2 blogs per week, answering frequently asked questions that you get from your customers, and then create links on those blogs and go to your network of friends, family, suppliers, other contractors that have websites, get them to link back to your website. And then finally, get this on-page and technical aspect of the SEO right for each of your landing pages and your blog posts as well. And make sure you follow the video that I have, the 10-step SEO checklist, because this goes over every one of them, like I mentioned previously. And once you do this, again, 20 landing pages, you will get these 20 keywords ranking on the first page. And in terms of a timeline, don't expect this to happen overnight. You want to work at this over the next 3, 6, even 12 months. And it sounds like a long time, like, 12 months. Oh my gosh, I can't commit to anything for that long. And if you can't, then just pay someone to do it yourself. And if you can't pay for someone to do it yourself, either do it yourself or don't complain that it's going to take a long time. Because anything that's worth building takes a long time. It's going to be long term. And moving on here, again, let me go back actually. It depends on where your website's currently at. If you have a domain authority of like 15 out of 100, it's going to be a lot easier for you because 15 out of 100 sounds low. It's actually pretty high, and you can compete and move up quickly in the ranks SEO wise with a 15 out of 100 authority score, and you can check that using SEMrush. If your authority score is like 2 out of 100, you're gonna have a much harder time, and this is gonna take a longer time to get these kind of results. Like think in the 6 to 12 month range. Moving on here, 100,000 impressions, right? Ranking on the top of Google for these keywords. You got a 1% click-through rate on the website. That's 1,000 extra website visitors organically through Google. Extra 20 leads if your conversion rate is at least 2%, which it should be. That might translate to 8 quotes, and those 8 quotes, as long as you maintain a 20% close rate, is an extra $50K per month. So implement the system. Let me know what you think. If you have questions about how this works, click below, comment, let me know your questions. I'll do my best to answer them in the comments. If you got any value from this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.